Hi and welcome! In this lecture, you are going to learn the very blueprint on how to create successful Facebook ads for e-commerces. Now, we're gonna take you from the very beginning and walk through this step by step. We already created templates and we're gonna show you exactly how to follow them on the spot, right? So we're going to start with understanding how to create ads, what to set up in those ads, and then we're gonna learn how to target our audience from multiple angles, how to design our ads, how to know if we should stop our ad or if we should scale our ads, and then of course how to actually successfully scale our ads. Now, if there's something in this lecture that you find confusing or that you feel is information overload, don't worry about it. This is only an overview of the strategy itself. In the upcoming lectures, we are going to show you step by step on screen exactly how to apply this strategy. But let's start off from the very beginning by having an overview of the strategy itself. Let's dive in. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start a campaign that focuses on conversions, right? We're going to start from the very beginning and understanding the ad set name and calling this broad interest. It's going to make sense to you in a bit why we call it like that. We are going to make sure that our conversion focus is set on purchase. We're going to target the United States because those are the most consumer happy people in the world. We're going to focus on the ages between 23 and 65 plus because in our experience, those are the most happy buying people. And then we're going to move into the detailed targeting. This is going to be a big one. I'm going to show you the psychology in understanding what broad interests are and how to expand on that, right? Then we're going to aim at an audience size that's going to be between 100,000 and 1 million, somewhere in the sweet spot of 500,000 people. We're going to focus on the mobile Facebook feeds because, again, those are the most impulsive purchase happy buyers in the world. They are using their cell phones and they're very quick to click on that buy now button, at least from the data that we've been running, and we've been using this strategy for a while. Next up, we're going to make sure we have a daily budget of $5 per ad set. We're going to use a format that's going to be image or video, nothing else than that. We're going to write a primary text that's going to be very selling about our product, an attention-grabbing headline, the product benefits in the description, a product URL as our website, and finally, the call to action is going to be shop now. So this is the first step of the template, and when you're setting this up, and all you need to know is if there is an option in your Facebook ads campaign or ad set or ad design that is not included in this template, that means that you should skip it. Everything that is included here are the only things that you need to change, and you need to change them accordingly exactly to what it says on this blueprint. That is how this strategy works. The only thing we're going to focus on changing is step number 5, which is going to be the detailed targeting. So the detailed targeting is going to be our ad set, which brings us to the next step of the strategy. We are going to use 3 different ad sets, and that means that we're going to use one ad set that focuses on broad interests, we're going to focus on a second ad set that focuses on tangent keywords, and a third that focuses on websites plus engaged shoppers. All right? Now, the idea of using engaged shoppers is that these are people who have clicked on the buy now or shop now button within the last 7 days. They are happy to shop, they've done it before, and they are likely to do it again. So we always include engaged shoppers in our detailed targeting. Now, let's understand broad interest, tangent keywords, and websites. If we look to the lower left, we can see some examples. So let's say that we're selling a mobile lens. We're going to have one broad interest that is going to be a broad focus. So we're going to aim for topics such as mobile photography, camera phone, and amateur photography. These are really wide interests, right? So we're getting a wide targeting. The second ad set is going to focus on tangent keywords. Tangent keywords means what people are most likely to write in when they're searching for something, such as mobile phone accessories or iPhone accessories or Samsung accessories. So basically, when people are looking for accessories, they often search for accessories, right? So tangent keywords means search-friendly keywords. And then the third ad set is going to focus on websites, such as if you know that you're selling a mobile lens, then you're going to need to have a phone that's going to have a brand. So we can focus on, for example, Apple, Samsung, or Android. Now, websites and brands, they go hand in hand, right? Now we're going to be setting up a product of our own, and I'm going to show you how it looks like when we're creating these 3 different ad sets. It's very easy and it's very quick. Now we're going to do this step by step, and I'm going to show you how it looks like when you set up these 3 different ad sets. And this is where we get individual and really need to get into the minds of our consumers. All right? Well, once we've done this, well, then we have a campaign that's set up with 3 ad sets that are running for a total budget of $15 a day. That's too much, you can scale it down to 3. But remember, 3 ad sets, $5 each. The next thing we want to know is, okay, what am I going to look for? Now, this is the scale or stop part. We are going to learn how to look at the statistics too. What we're going to be looking at is what has happened after we've spent $5, $10, and $15. And these are different thresholds, meaning after you've spent $5 on an ad set, you need to have at least 3 clicks. If you do not have at least 3 clicks, you terminate the ad set, okay? You shut it off. Now, if you do have 3 clicks, after you spend $5, you move on to the next level. And that is, after $10 spent, you need to have at least 3 add to cart, means if someone has clicked add to cart on a product, but they didn't actually check out and purchase it, well, those are known as add to carts. You're going to want to have had at least 3 people who have added a product to cart. If you have less than 3 add to carts after $10 spent, we turn off the ad set, all right? And the final step is that you need to have a return on ad spend, ROAS, of at least 3. So that means that for every dollar that you spend on your ad set, you're gonna need to get at least 3 in return. So that means, for example, if you're spending $5, that means that you should be getting at least $15 back. That is a return on ad spend that is at 3. Now, if you spend $15 at this point, that means that you need to have an ROAS of 3, which means that you need to have made at least $45. If not, you turn off the ad set. If you've made that much money, then you keep it going. And then we move on to the next level, which is, okay, this is a profitable ad set, let's scale it. When we scale it, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna duplicate that specific ad set and then double the budget. We do not change the budget on the original ad set because that ad set is already successful. We duplicate it and double the budget because we do not know if it's still going to be successful once we double the budget, all right? So you take the profitable ad sets or ad set if you only have one, you double that budget. So for us, it's gonna be from $5 to $10. You check the data after you spend $20. If your return on ad spend is less than 3, you turn it off. If it's 3 or higher, you duplicate it once again. So now you duplicate it from $10 on your daily budget to $20 on your daily budget. So that means that after you've spent $40, you check, do you still have a return on ad spend that's minimum 3? Now, once again, understand that if you're doing a daily budget of $20 a day and you have a return on ad spend that is going to be 3, that means that you need on that ad set to make at least $60 a day. This is where it gets really exciting because this is how we start finding really profitable ad sets and start scaling them really high. This is how you start making those big figures over time. Not all of your ad sets are going to be profitable, most aren't, but this is how you find those gold nuggets and start scaling them. Then you're going to continue scaling to 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, higher, as long as your return on ad spend is over 3 once you've spent at least for 2 days, you keep scaling it. But if your return on ad spend ever goes below 2, you cut it off. You do not linger, you do not hesitate and think, oh, it's good enough. Nope, you turn it off and then you move on. This is how we make sure that we have a profitable business and how to make sure that we keep running this strategy. So the key is going to be stay consistent, follow these rules step by step, and then you are going to be fine. It's all going to be about you experimenting with your detailed targeting and your own testing. I'm going to show you how to set all of this up, and we're going to do it step by step together. And remember, in the end, you need to test a lot of different ad sets to find those profitable ones. But once you start finding those profitable ones and you can start to scale, that's when the fun begins. If you're excited, I am too. See you in the next lecture.